This is the new PhD Desert Race Halfbag. We've been making halfbags for mountaineers and climbers for years, and we thought for the MDS we would make a much lighter version that's suitable for sleeping in the desert, but has a couple of tricks up its sleeve. In the Sahara Desert on the MDS, we can expect night temperatures to drop to about 4 degrees. That's air frost temperature. It's the sort of temperature at home here we'd be scraping the ice off our cars. So it's quite cold. So this half bag has been made as light as we can make it, but to give enough warmth to get a good night's sleep. And I think that's critical, so for good recovery and a good race the following day. The idea is simple. If you are already taking an insulated jacket or gilet for use in camp during the evenings and in the mornings before your race, then you've already got the insulation you need for sleeping in. So rather than taking a full-length bag, you can consider taking a half bag. Now, this Desert Race half bag has something special about it. What we've done on it is we've put an extender on it, or a sand gaiter. Effectively, that is a single skin fabric. There's no insulation behind it, and the idea is that this comes up to your shoulders. You can seal it around your shoulders. We have a elasticated cord lock at the end, so it can be brought around your shoulders. Equally, the half bag should come up to your midriff, halfway up your tummy really, and just with elasticated cord and a cord lock you can seal it over the top of your jacket, and then your jacket goes inside here, you're inside the sleeping bag, and this seals up round the whole lot and closes it in around you. And the reason that we've designed that is because the tents used on the MDS are effectively open canopy tents. They don't have any walls, and so if it gets a bit drafty, you're very aware of that problem. And this system is incredibly lightweight, but it gives you a little bit more security. It puts your mind at rest. It cuts out the winds, and if there's any sand blowing on the draft or on the breeze, it cuts that out as well. Now, the sort of jacket that I would suggest you use with the half bag is quite a substantial lightweight down jacket. This one is the MDS Desert Race Pullover. It's been designed for use in quite cold conditions, -5, but that rating is for while you're awake and active, even if you're just cooking or sat about reading or talking. This is quite a warm piece of kit. But when you're asleep, your metabolic rate slows down, your body temperature drops, and you need more insulation. That's why sleeping bags are much more insulated for a given temperature than clothing is. So this is insulated enough to sleep in at sort of +3, +4, +5, those sorts of temperatures. We've made this in our new 7 denier fabric, 7X, so it's as light as possible. It's very, very windproof is this fabric, so that cuts out a lot of the cold. And an option on this pullover is a hood. It's studded on with plastic planter studs, very strong studs, been used for years. And again, the hood is highly insulated, and it replaces a sleeping bag. So if you're thinking of a down jacket for the MDS, if you're going to sleep in it, you want a substantial down jacket, not the really lightweight modern ones which aren't that warm, certainly not warm enough for sleeping in. But this is the sort of thing that would replace, be warm enough for camp, be very enjoyable, but also warm enough to sleep in and replace the top half of a sleeping bag. And then combined with a very lightweight half bag, replaces the bottom end of your sleeping bag. And it gives a very flexible system, but warm enough for a good night's sleep.